Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week. Oh, no, this is your June bonus reading. Sorry. You have this research card. It says, before you make your next move, it's important to do some exploratory research so you know all the possible paths you can take. You have this envy card. It says, focusing on what others have is a drain on your energy. So, yes, good time to focus on yourself. It is also an amazing time for research. So anything that you are interested in, or any people, places, or things that you're interested in, it's a great time to kind of like go and look into those things that you're interested in. Especially when we get to July, I think it will be really a good time of ideas, and it will just be a good time to like research those ideas that you're having, and to look deeper into things, because we're kind of like, I believe personally, and again, this is a personal belief, so take this with a grain of salt, but I've been doing a lot of connecting the dots with the energy over the past few months, and I believe that like what everybody needs right now is variety. You literally have the Seven of Cups, which is the card of variety right here, and I think people who like explore things and get a variety of perspectives on things are just going to be very successful. So there you go. You start this reading with the Temperance card. Temperance, of course, is temperance or patience. So I feel it is definitely time. I think you've been patient for a very long period of time. Sometimes I feel with the Temperance card that it says it's time for you to get off on this path and go get your crown. Like sometimes I feel that the card itself kind of says that we've been spending too much time, kind of like trying to perfect something almost, when we could just get off on this path. This is the path to glory. And, we could, instead of like trying to make something perfect, we could just get started and go get our crown. And, I kind of feel like this reading is saying it's like time to make your move. In the area of what's on your mind, you have the Chariot. You end with the Emperor, which is you. It's definitely a good time for you. Saturn, Neptune in your sign. I'm not saying it's going to be super easy, but I do think there are a lot of benefits that you can gain over the next many years from these energies. And so it's like time to take the lead in your life and really focus on making things happen. The other thing is, I kind of am getting a weird message here that some of you are letting something go. It's not really weird. It's a good message, if anything. I think some of you are realizing that some things are just not meant to be fixed. I know, it's kind of a weird message, but I feel like there's something in your life where you're just saying, like, this is not meant to be fixed. I'm just meant to move on. And I see you moving on from something, which is great. Your crossing energy is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. I kind of feel like this is something that's needed for you, Aries, like looking at all the different perspectives, or looking at all the ways of doing things, or, really doing your research, like I said, on things that matter to you is going to be very important. The Seven of Cups can be being spoiled for choice and having a lot of options. It can be, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but it can also be good. And I kind of feel that this could be a good thing for you if you, spent some time giving yourself more options on whatever it is that you're working on, or looking at a variety of ways of doing things that are important to you in your life, and all that other stuff. That's what I would be looking into with the Seven of Cups, because I don't know, just seems like variety is going to be very important with that card. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, you have the Chariot. I feel like you're thinking about making big moves here, Aries. I think that what's on your mind is making a big move in your life. Some of you literally could be moving, which makes sense, especially with Jupiter entering into your fourth house this year. Actually, it is today, so never mind. It's already moved in there, but so Jupiter is in your fourth. And I think a lot of you could definitely be thinking about moving or traveling. But I also think you are thinking about making big moves. The Chariot, he is choosing to set himself apart from this city. The whole point of the Chariot really is to set yourself apart, to make yourself unique, to realize that your life is your own, that you are on your own journey, and you have to make your own decisions. And to make those from the best place, you have to get into alignment. He has these stars up here, these moons right here. So he is getting in perfect alignment with what he wants. And by doing that, he is finding more success. So I definitely feel it is time for you to get into alignment with the Chariot. The Chariot is also about like having some sort of victory. I kind of feel like some of you are going, like, we go down to the Five of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like some of you have your eye on something that you are hoping will be a victory, but maybe you're too much like stinking thinking here with the Five of Cups. I think you should go for something here, Aries. I know that message isn't very clear, but I feel like there's something that you're thinking about where you're feeling like you're going to be disappointed, but you're actually not. And I think it's going to be very good for you, whatever this is. So I would go for it. You have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups can be your emotions overflowing, being very happy. So this is coming up in the area of your foundation. I really like cards like the Ace of Cups in your foundation because it's the foundation you are coming from. It's the place that you are coming from this month in this reading. And the Ace of Cups says that you could be coming from a place of joy or your emotions overflowing, being very happy. And if you're not, then I feel you need to do things that fill you up. You know, the whole point of the Ace of Cups is like, yeah, sure, it could be love. And yeah, there could be a little bit of love coming in for you here. But, you know, I kind of feel like this reading is saying that you need to do more things for yourself. With the Ace of Cups, the more we fill our own cup, the better our life gets. So, you know, I think you need to fill your own cup as much as possible. And then you will attract things to you that also fill your cups. And, you know, that's what I would focus on here. But, you know, really good. Next, in the area of the past, you have this is the energy you're moving past. You have this Delicate Rose card. It says, be willing to honestly say what you feel, no matter how terrifying it may seem. You have this Blessed Ideas card. It says, allow your ideas to come to fruition, and they will bring many blessings. Yes, I feel that there could be blessings coming in for you in the future, based off your ideas. I literally said that at the beginning of your reading, that there's like something about ideas in this first part of the reading, or ideas that you're receiving. I also feel that it would be a good time to speak up, you know, especially if there's something you want or something you're working towards in your life. Like, don't be afraid to speak up. You have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith in a new direction. So I feel it would be a good time for you to take a leap of faith in some sort of new direction in your life. You know, it's coming up in the past. So some of you maybe already have started something new or have like planted the seeds of a new idea in your life. And I would move on, you know, I would continue on that journey. You know, some people say that the Fool might be stuck because we have these ice-capped mountains in the background of the card here. And, you know, those ice-capped mountains could say that the Fool is stuck in a situation. And so I feel that for a lot of you, this is about, you know, kind of like taking a leap of faith in a new direction, or kind of like moving in a new direction and getting unstuck. This could also say that you are like maybe you have finally made a move on something that you've been stuck on for a while. And I kind of get that feeling as well. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have the Strength card and this Transition card. Yes, I think you are going through some sort of change. You have the Chariot. You know, in this position here, we have the Five of Cups. And I feel this is saying just have the strength to go through the change, you know, and things will go well. And I think that's all you need to know. You know, with the Five of Cups, this can represent disappointment or sadness, but I really feel, you know, it's like whenever you have Saturn enter your first house, it's like a little bit challenging. I wouldn't say it's hard, but, you know, it's like in some ways it is. Like, I'm a Pisces. I just had Saturn in my first house for 3 years. You know, to me, it was challenging, but not in like a bad way. And, you know, to me, like, you know, people always worry about their Saturn return. Like, my Saturn return year was the best year of my life. To me, the 3 years of having Saturn in my first was much, much harder than my Saturn return, right? And so, again, I think that there are some challenges that come with having Saturn in your first. This could be like disappointments, things not working out how you want them to, needing to be more disciplined. It's like really, like nobody really likes being disciplined, right? Because it's like, it's not very fun. And, you know, you can't be lazy. You can't, you know, kind of skim over things, right? But at the same time, I think the results you can get are better. The Five of Cups wants you to look at what's behind you. You know, there are these two cups, and then you get this bridge and the castle. So the trick with the Five of Cups is gratitude. And your very next card is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is gratitude and luxuries. If we practice gratitude with the Nine of Pentacles, we will create heaven on earth. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of creating heaven on earth. So, you know, that's what I would do there. Next, in your outcome position, you have this Open to Infinite Possibilities card and this Dove Spirit that says Be Peace on it. Seven of Cups is infinite possibilities. There are infinite possibilities right now. We all have a lot of choices. And, you know, again, I have said this to others. In July, when Uranus moves into Gemini, it's like that's where we will see the splitting of the worlds more. I think we're already seeing it, but more. And, I think a lot of people will be having choices to make about the direction they move in life. And, it's like, just realize that you have infinite possibility and choose the path of peace, right? Not the path of conflict. I have been saying for years that we are entering into a time of co-creation. Literally, if you've been watching me for a long time, I've been saying that. So peace would be co-creation, not conflict, right? And if we move in those directions, we will be very, very successful. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I co-create with people all the time. You all see all the collaboration I do, right? There's a reason for it. I think my numbers speak for themselves, right? And so it's like, again, I hate when people say, do as I say, not as I do. I actually do it, right? And the results speak for themselves. So, again, working with other people is really where it's at. Next, in the area of your next few months, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a great card of abundance and gratitude and luxuries. I think this is definitely talking about you focusing on gratitude, Aries. I think you are focusing on gratitude. Like, I feel like you are more grateful and will feel more grateful over the next few months. So again, I don't really feel this is a bad thing or anything. I think this is going to be a good thing. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard. So I feel a lot of you could be putting in the work to make things happen here with the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like, I don't feel bad about this or good about this. I kind of feel, but I do think this could be like some choices that are coming up for you in relationships, love and other relationships, both. Like, I feel like some of you could be deciding like, okay, I will go on a date. Okay, I won't go on a date. Some of you will be deciding to keep, spend more time with yourself and all that other stuff. I don't know. I just see you kind of like balancing out your social energies here. Like, that's it. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Judgment card, like feeling like you're waking up, feeling like you are awake in the first place. So, I kind of am just getting the word understanding on this Judgment card, as in I feel you over the next, this month and, probably throughout the entire summer, that you're just like gaining a new understanding on your life and the direction that you're meant to go in and the things that you're meant to do. So yeah, I feel pretty good about this. Like, I feel like it's a good thing, Aries. I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is a good thing. I think you're making progress. And I also feel it's almost like you're getting a second lease on life. And for some of you, it's like, I feel you feel very motivated to me, which is good. Your outcome is the Emperor, which is amazing. Whenever you show up as yourself, that puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from a reading. Both the Judgment card and the Emperor can represent a rebirth, believe it or not. The Emperor has this Ankh right here. The Ankh is a symbol of, or can be a symbol of rebirth. So I think a lot of you really maybe feel like you're getting a second lease on life, or you're kind of getting some sort of second chance in your life as well, which is great. But let's clarify this. And let's see. With the Temperance card and the Seven of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can be a card of marriage, of course. I do feel good about love. Like, if you're wanting love or attracting love, I think that there could absolutely be a very strong connection coming in for you. The Four of Wands also a card of freedom or setting yourself free. So with the Four of Wands, we have to like complete the past. We have to cross through this finish line here and go to the other side of the card, so that we can have a celebration. And I do think that we are in a time where the universe is asking everyone to completely let go of the past. We have to clear things out completely. And the Judgment card says that. Judgment, these people are standing in these coffins. The coffin is their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. But they have to completely step into their new life to improve their life. And, that's what I would do there. With the Chariot, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. I kind of feel like you are, like, I feel this is saying that you are finding the resources to do what you need to do. It's like if you're trying to start a business and you need money or you need more time or some other resource, it's like I feel you are figuring out how to get those resources to be successful. Same thing with anything else in your life. Like, if you're trying to do something in your life and you're worried about your resources, I do feel a lot of you could finally be getting or finding the resources necessary to be successful, which is great. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Magician. The Magician can represent manifestation. Of course, if you want love, I would definitely say, doing whatever you can to manifest love would be a good idea, for sure. But this could also be things that you love with the Ace of Cups. So I think that, focusing on the energy of love, it doesn't have to be a person. This could just be the energy of love. Focusing on that will help you manifest more of what you want, and that's what I would be working on there. The Magician really tells me that you are a new person. And I think this is true for Aries just in general. I think Aries has changed a lot since probably since 2012 at least, maybe since 2008 for some of you, based off the astrology, but I think you've changed a lot. And the Magician is about reinvention. We have to step into the energy of what we want to get it. And once we do that, we find success. With the Fool, you have the Death card. I think a lot of you are going through transitions and transformations and changes here. And it feels pretty good to me here. So, it's coming up in the past. I think you're just going through a change. We kind of said this with the Judgment card. Personally, I look at Judgment and Death as very similar in some ways. So, you could just be going through some changes. With the Five of Cups, you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, don't stubbornly hold on to things at this time. This is like my one criticism of the reading is the Five of Cups. And with the Seven of Wands, it could just say that you're just being inflexible on something, or you're holding on to something too tightly that isn't right for you. And again, I'm not criticizing you. I'm an idiot, so I hold on to things all the time. I'm a Pisces. I'm sentimental about stupid stuff. So, whatever, right? Sometimes we have to let things go that we don't want to let go of. And like I said, I'm super guilty of this as well. So I'm not perfect, but I would just if there's something you're holding on to that is holding you back, I would let go of those things because it's probably just holding you back. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands. Variety, for sure. Seven of Cups, Two of Wands. Two of Wands, he is looking at the world out here, but he's not looking at the world right here that's in his hands. That world in his hands, who knows what he could discover. I always say, I always say this card reminds me of Morocco. It's if you grew up on salt and pepper and you went to Morocco, there would be a billion spices. Your world would be open to all these flavors, right? And I feel like that's what this reading needs. It needs flavor. It needs spice. It needs something different. And you're only going to discover that spice by going on adventures, by exploring, by doing research, looking into things, and all that other stuff, right? With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. You might be very busy this month, and you might just choose not to, have a relationship this month or spend time with people this month. It just seems like a hard work month for you, Aries. Again, I don't think this is a bad thing at all. I think this is probably a good thing that you are focusing on, work. Eight of Pentacles is a good card for work. I mean, represents material success on the horizon. It is also straightforward, diligent work. So, if you're putting work into anything, you could just be getting a result with the Eight of Pentacles. With the Judgment card, you have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups could be your emotions overflowing, being very happy, and you have the Ace of Cups twice, which is amazing. I do feel if you do want love, you could be kind of becoming aware of a person. Sometimes I think the Judgment card is kind of like the universe turning on our awareness, where we kind of wake up to something. And it could be a person for some of you. I also think this could just be an idea or your life or the direction you're moving in general with that Ace of Cups. Because remember, Ace of Cups can just be things that we can do endlessly. It can be activities or, other things that we do that cause us to overflow. With the Emperor, you have the Nine of Swords. Yes, get out of your head. I think things are going very well for you here, Aries, but again, if you don't believe that you can do something, or if you're doubting yourself, or, if you're not believing in yourself, that could make things a little bit more challenging. So I think that Nine of Swords is saying you need to believe in yourself. You have this Ram card. It says a stubborn, aggressive person. That could be you, Aries. So I would be careful of being too stubborn. Again, especially with that Seven of Cups and Five of Wands. Again, I'm super guilty of this as well. I'm not perfect, so I'm not talking down to you here, Aries. But it's sometimes those things that we refuse to let go of are exactly what's holding us back. So, I think if there's something that you're having a hard time releasing, process it. Maybe it is a good month to just go over it and look at it and process your feelings. You have this kangaroo. It says unsettled times need to plan ahead. Yes, I've been telling people to buckle up since 2016. I mean, I literally predicted COVID back then. I said that Neptune and Pisces rules poison, disease, all these things, especially when we get to the later degrees. The end of Pisces is very weird. It's like, it's just weird. So I don't know. I think we are in unsettled times. And again, Neptune will be retrograding back into Pisces. So the end of Pisces. So there's plenty of unsettled energy. I wouldn't be paranoid about it. I think we just need to choose the reality that we want to live in. You have this wealth card. Yeah, I mean, money looks really good in this reading. 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Whatever you're doing is probably going to be increasing your finances. You have this broken bridge. It says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Yeah, like I said, I think there's something you just have to let go of with that 5 of Cups and 7 of Wands. Sometimes, something just isn't going to work. And we have to realize that. And I feel like that's what this is saying. It's like saying, sometimes things just don't work, plain and simple. You have this bad card. It says something important, such as a new job or a raise. Yeah, definitely could be good work stuff here. So, definitely could be a new job, more money, bigger, more getting a raise is what I'm trying to spit out here. The other thing about that research card is that you could be finding out that there are other jobs that are the same as the job you have now that would pay more money. And so I think doing your research on work would be a good idea as well. But this looks pretty good here, Aries. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.